Welcome back to Win Chess and Carom Academy. And today we're going to play a game with a student of mine, just trying her strength. I am waiting for you to move. Welcome to live chess game. You can send your comments. Hi, hello. You can send your move in the comments. I will reply. You can see my board. I will keep your moves and also mine. All the best. Waiting for your move. Yes, of course, you can start. You can start the game. You're white. I'm black. Yes, you can comment your move, please. Still waiting for your move. Oh, okay. We can start moving, then. You can comment your moves. I will make my moves. We'll carry on. Okay. You're white. Ning white. You're white. I'm black. Okay, okay. You send your moves. Yeah. So you're just preparing a board. Just go to her over a call. Are you there? Type your move, please. Hello, are you there? Okay, Janani, I can see you. Your move is e4. I'm playing e5. Okay, Janani, I can see you. Your move is e4.
Diniha, 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 Diniha.
E4, E5. Okay, you're playing knight F3. Okay, fine. You're sending me in WhatsApp, right? Knight to F3. Knight to C6. Okay, the game so far is Janani is playing with me, and she's played E4, I played E5. She brings knight F3, I play knight C6. She plays bishop C4. Bishop C4. I'm going for Rai Lopez. I thought she will go for Rai Lopez, but no, we are going to see knight F6. I'm playing knight F6. She's actually messaging me in my WhatsApp, so we'll not have the comments here. The game so far: E4, E5, NF3, NC6, Bishop C4, Knight to F6. All the best, Janani. Knight to F6 is what I played, and we generally play with 30 minutes each. She plays Knight to C3, and I can play a couple of things. I can play Bishop C5 or Knight takes. Let's go with Bishop C5. Bishop to C5. The game so far goes as E4, E5, NF3, NC6, Bishop B5 is what I played. Bishop C4. Now she plays D3, and I play D6. E4, E5, NF3, developing the knight. NC6, black brings the knight out. Bishop C4, bring the bishop out is good. Knight F6, Knight C3, Bishop C5, D3, D6. So far the position is equal. It's up to you to how you move from here. She plays Bishop E3, Bishop to E3, asking for an exchange. Asking for an exchange, which I would really go for. Bishop into E3. Of course, there's only one move that you will play now, which is obvious. You will have to capture the bishop, which is an obvious move. But what happens here is, we will discuss that over a call. I'll speak to you. I will correct you from there. This is not quite a good move. Bishop into e3 is what I played. Bishop into e3 I have played. Obviously, you have to play pawn into e3 or f into e3, which is the only best move. F into e3 is what she's playing, which is the only best move in that position. Okay, now I'm going to change the game into knight a5, knight to a5, trying to damage her a little bit. And those were new to chess or beginner level, now you can see we have exchanged the bishops, but I've spoiled the pawn structure for white. As of now, I've doubled the pawns, which is not really good for white. Knight to a5. For those who are new to chess, just watch relaxedly. There's no hurry to play. So just think, make your proper moves, develop your pieces in the beginning, which is the basic principle of chess. I'm waiting for you, Janani. She plays knight d5. Okay, now I would capture here. That is knight into c4. You can see the pawn structure is getting damaged. There is a big damage for white. This is what people do generally in opening. They to spoil their pawn structure, and you can see now I'm getting a couple of double pawns, which is really bad for white. Knight into c4. White is in Not a good position because of the double pawns, and the basic opening principle has not been followed here. There are two moves that you can play. One is knight into or pawn into. There are the two obvious moves in this position. Either you can capture my knight on f6, or you can capture my knight on with your pawn. So those are the two obvious moves here. No other good moves, I would say, than these two. Okay, she takes d into c4. D into c4 is played, and I take knight into, there's a pawn that I've got, knight into e4. So I'm now a pawn up. With an extra pawn, you can easily win the game. Now waiting for Janani to move. Janani, waiting for your move. And I take knight into, there's a pawn that I've got, knight into e4. So I'm now a pawn up. With an extra pawn, you can easily win the game. What happened, Journey? Queen to d3, attacking my knight. Good one. Queen to d3 attacks my knight. What would you play? For those who are new, what would you play here? I'm just going to play f5, playing f5, supporting my knight with the pawn and developing my pawns on the king side. As you can see, the position of white is already vacant because of the pawns. There is an isolated pawn front of the king that you can see, and a doubled pawn on c file. So doubled pawns and isolated pawns are weakness. So you should not go for doubling your pawns, and winning might be difficult if you have double pawns and isolated pawns. So the position is already weak within 10 moves. We have played 10 moves as of now. The position is already weak for white. Should be played with a time limit of 1 minute. Janani, you can take 1 minute per move. So we'll have, that means 30 to 40 minutes, 40 moves. We'll take one hour and a half hours. Janani, I want you to play each move with a time limit of 1 minute per move. And she sends me message in WhatsApp. So I keep getting message in WhatsApp, not live, not in my comments, but it is WhatsApp messages. The last move was f5, knight d2. She goes knight to d2. No. Should you exchange the knights? No. Let's kick this knight back. That knight is troubling me. So let's get a kick on the knight, chasing the knight back from my boundary. The move is c6. c6, chasing the knight back. This position is not really good, as I said. So not good for white because of isolated pawn and doubled pawns. Having isolated and doubled pawns is weakness, and you can see the king is exposed. It's already out, so there is a lot of chances for black to attack the king, which I'm not going to tell, but I'm going to show. I'm going to do that, and the king is not yet safe with the castle. Welcome back. Those who are new to my channel, who are watching, welcome. This is a game with a beginner of, not a beginner, a player from Nilgiris. And this is my training session. My opponent is white, Janani. I am black, we are in this position. The last move I played is c6, attacking the knight. Janani waiting here. I am waiting for you.
I am Mrs. I am Mrs. Anbarasi Dhanaraj.
Now I have come with this beautiful queen check. Queen h4 check. As I told you, the opponent's king was exposed, and I go attacking. There are 3 moves only for this check, say maybe 4 moves. King can hide in 3 places or pawn push. and we will know what happens after the move is played. So waiting for white's response for the check. The king can go to D, E, and F, or knight can block. Oh, sorry, the pawn can block. So, what are the three different options that we have? These are the three different options, and you can decide which one you want. Waiting for you, Janani. We have only 1, 2, 3, 4 possible moves. Are you there, Janani? I'm waiting for your move. Janani, are you there? What is taking you so long? I think she's gone to sleep. Janani. Okay, she plays king to D1. Finally, she's decided to move the king to D1. And now I come up with the beautiful fork, the royal family fork. Knight F2 check. And this is going to be causing a lot of damages for Janani. Winning the queen, the rook, and the king is in check, which probably she didn't notice. And I was waiting for this opportunity to fork her nicely. So now she's forked. There is another check now. G3. How can you play G3, Janani? There is a check. I'm just going to call her for clarification.
Hello.
Hello? Janani, there is a check, Janani. Knight check is there. You cannot play G3, no? Okay, now you can சரி you can change the move. நீங்க move change பண்ணலாம். We can change the move and play because there's a fork. You are losing the queen. Okay, now instead of king G1, king D1, you want to play G3, right? Okay, I'm changing the move. Okay, now it is G3. Okay, yeah, we'll continue. Okay, now she's made a move. She wants to change the move because that's a big mistake and we cannot continue from there. So it is king, instead of the king move, she's playing G3. Now, what would you play? I'm playing knight takes G3, knight into G3. Now, this is attacking the rook, as you can see. Knight takes G3. If she captures my knight, I'm going to take a rook with a check, and she has to answer that. Knight F3. She plays knight to F3, attacking my queen. Good thinking. Okay, now I cannot do any stuns here because my queen is under attack. So what is the best move here is to go knight to my queen to H5. Queen H5, Janani. I am waiting for Janani's move. She cannot capture my knight, and because I'm going to capture her rook with my queen. What's your move, Janani? Rook to g1, attacking my knight, but I'm going to take her knight with my queen. So queen into f3. Queen into f3. So you can see the position that is already weak for white. I'm going to go queen h1 check. I'm sure going to win a rook or maybe queen exchange. Depends on what she plays. The position looks fine for black. Yes, Janani, you have a check. Not many options here. This is what we need to practice just to get the moves in time. Because if it's taking so much time, you will lose the game in time. The clock falls to zero. You'll be lost. So time is very, very important. The more you know, the better your game will be. So you have to learn a lot of chess. Janani, waiting for your move. There's a check, and I'm going to eat your pieces one by one. You can see my rooks have not even come outside. My queen is given some heavy duty and it's doing a lot of work. Thus the queen is doing so much. My pawns have come and they are seated in a nice position. Welcome back, those who are those who have joined me now. This is a young girl from Nilgiris who's playing me, and I'm black as you can see, and she's white. Now she has a check, and from here I'm going to gobble up all her pieces. Janani, Janani. I'm making her think. So the more you know, you don't have to think a lot. So chess is about learning a lot of things in advance before we play tournaments. And you just follow my moves till so far you can see what the game has been, what moves we have made. Generally, there's nothing so much to think. There are only one or two moves which you can play. And as soon as you play, I'm ready with the next move. Whatever move you are playing, I am ready. I am prepared. This is what we call preparation. preparation in chess is very, very important. Without preparation, you cannot play any games with strong position. When your opponent is strong, you should be prepared. Janani, I'm waiting for you. Please make it fast. The move was Queen F1, and I just exchanged the queen, stopping her from castling. She cannot castle anymore. She's forced to take now. That is a check. If she moves the king, I get to take the rook. So she is forced, and I think that's the only best move for this position. Yes, Johnny, I think you will take my queen, right? Do it. Send the message. Yes, of course. King into F1. 1 minute, please. King into F1. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push my pawn with central attack, which is G6. G6, supporting my pawn structure. In this position, as you can see, my pawn on g7 is under attack. So I just push my pawn and save my pawn. Okay, now rook d6. How can rook d6 come? Rook, how can it come to d6? Janani, how can rook come to d6? You have sent me rook or d6. How is that? Janani, how can rook come to d6? Check your move and send the right move, please. Okay, she is playing rook d1. That was a mistake, rook d1. That's okay, no problem. That's not a problem. Rook d1. Now she wants to attack my other pawn, which is on d6. So it's a good try. Now I'm not going to castle here. So I'm generally we have to castle, but I'm going to bring my queen, my king, and support my pawn. So it is king to e7. King e7. Generally we have to castle, but no, I don't think in this position I need to castle at all, because my rooks can come out easily. King e7, supporting my pawn. Now, for those who are watching now, you can see the queen on top, bishop, knight, and pawn. The points are 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the points, if you add it, is 6 on top, 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. And for white, you can see it is 4. So that means black is sure leading because of the pawn structure. And you can see very well, it's very, very obvious, very clear it is. White has got one pawn on H, which is isolated, one pawn on E, which is isolated, and two pawns on C file, which is doubled. So that is a big weakness in chess. We don't want weakness in the game. Now she comes with e4, e4, which is not a good move again, because she's helping me come out. But I'm going to play bishop to e6. Bishop to e6. this position after e4, I can also push this pawn and attack the rook. But I am going for bishop to e6. It's your turn, Janani. b3 is played by white, which supports the pawn. Now I can give a push. I can push my pawn f4. Janani, it's f4. Janani waiting. Rook to d3. Which rook, Janani? There are two rooks that can come. This rook can come, and also this rook. Which rook are you moving? You have to mention the rook's file or rank. Rook on g. Okay, rook g to d3, which attacks my pawn. Okay, fine. Now I bring my rook on a8 to give another extra support for the pawn. So rook a d8. Rook a d8. Rook a d8. Knight to e2. White plays knight e2. Okay, now I'm going to give another pawn push, which is g5. g5, I'm trying to push my pawns and get my pawns to convert to a queen, maybe, depending on my opponent's moves. G5 waiting for you. G5 is waiting for you. King G2. Okay, the king is coming forward now. King G2. Mhm. King G2. The king is getting some activation, but I still push. I want to push my pawn forward. G4. My pieces are entering your area. King G2, G5. Now you can see my pawns on king side are going to come forward, making another queen is very easy in this position. Knight G1. Knight to G1 is played. Knight goes back. Now what would you play here? I'm going to push the pawn, or let me just push the pawn forward. H5. We are having some pawn attacks. Pawn storm. The pawns are going to enter your area. Already two of my pawns have entered you. So it's going to be big trouble for you. Knight G1, Janani, H3. Okay, now she is coming up with H3. Yeah, but I don't think I have to worry about h3. I can just check f3 check. Now again you have not many options. The mate is coming soon, Janani. Check. You don't have many options. One, two, three, four. You have one, two, three, four escape squares or five escape squares and a knight capture. One, two, three, four, five escape squares, knight captures. We have king to h2. King goes to h2. Now bringing my rook d to g8 with plan. Now bringing my rook d to g8 with some plans. The idea is to mate Janani in a few quick moves. She's ready to get mated now. Are you there, Janani? H into g4. H into g4. Now I capture H into g4 with the check. H into g4 with, this is called discovered check. For those who are not aware, this is called discovered check, and that is only one move for the king to escape or sack the knight. There is only one move, Janani, or else you have to sack your knight. There is a check by the rook on h file. So there is only one move. I think you will go for king to g3. It has to be king to g3. And we don't take time for this, Janani. Yes, it is king g3. Now what is the best move for black? Now let us play rook f8. Rook to f8. Rook comes to take part in promotion of the queen. Pawn to the queen, pawn to a queen. Those who have just joined, this is a game between a young girl from Nilgiris and she's playing me. And you can watch the moves of black and it will help you get stronger and when you go through the game. So do watch the video from the beginning if you are new and if you want to improve. You can send a hi message, those who have just joined. Okay, now Janani plays king to f2 and I need to promote to a queen soon, so what would I play? I bring the rook and give a check. Rook h2 check. Now there are not many moves as I said. King has 1, 2, 3, 4 escape squares, 3 dark squares and 1 light square. So where would you want to escape? There is no block, no capture. There are four escape squares, Janani, and there is no block. You can you have to escape your king to one of the squares. Which one is it going to be? Janani, which square are you going to escape to? Now there is a trick here to mate soon. Rook to g2 check, and there is only one move that is legally that can be done is king to h4. And now after your move, I think it's king to h4 is the only move. Even though I can capture your pawns, I don't want to do that. After your king comes to h4, I'm going to come with another check. King to rook to h8. This is going to be the next move. And then you're forced to go here. King to g5. Okay, I played these moves generally. From here you can start playing them because they're all forced moves. Janani, till here you are forced. I'm forcing your king to come to my boundary and I want to mate you. So far these are all the moves that will be coming up. So you can get to this position. Okay, now I want to mate her. So how do I mate her quickly? Trying to get my bishop here to mate Janani soon. I want to bring the bishop to f7. Yes, Janani, it's your turn. It's bishop to f7. It's your turn, Janani. Waiting for your move, Janani. You don't have that many good moves. Not many good moves you have. Janani, you have to play. Okay, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mate her in one move. Mating Janani in one move, and that is going to be whatever she plays. My rook is going to come on h5 and checkmate. So whatever she moves, that will not be a problem for me because the mate is on rook h5. It's checkmate. Well played, Janani. Yes, I don't think you have to message me because after this move, whatever you play, it's mate. So I'm winding up here. Thank you. Watch the video again from beginning to